It is the blast from the past moment, or is it not? Well, we will let you decide, but what we have today with us is the Suzuki Katana. The Katana is the same motorcycle that changed the 80s scene in the motorcycling world. Suzuki wanted to break that conservative design and bring out something that is full of character and uniqueness. And well, now fast forward to today, the Katana is back in the scene, and we're going to find out if this shakes up the motorcycling world again. So let's find out if the sequel is as good as the original. So welcome to Express Drives. Forgive me for not saying that in the beginning, but with the Katana around, well, I was just a lot distracted. Now we're going to talk about the matters of the heart. This is a 1000cc inline 4 engine. And believe it or not, this is over 15 years old, the machine, but of course they have tweaked it, they have modernized it. This is the same engine which made the GSS R1000 one of the most notorious, the most wanted motorcycles in the world. Well, the tweaks that they have done, they've changed the valves. It has now titanium valves. Of course, they have retuned the timing as well, and the transmission as well. Now, it has an output of around 150 bhp and 106 Nm of torque. Now, it has a longer bore. Now, what that means is it is a lot more torquey. So when you are riding in slow traffic, there is a lot of torque. Even as low as 2500 RPM to 3000 RPM, the torque is very much available. Now, the best thing about this motorcycle is that Suzuki has also changed the throttle grip of the Katana, because the GSX throttle was very Yankee. It used to really pressurize and bully the rider on in slow moving traffic. Over here, it doesn't yank, it doesn't pull away, it doesn't bully you. So it is a very flexible bike. It is very easy to ride in slow moving traffic, but it is not really meant to be just a slow moving bike, right? Once you open up the throttle and cross the 6000 RPM mark, the bike goes past the 3-figure mark with ease. As a matter of fact, you won't even know that you've crossed it. It is so fast, so pacey. And the engine is very smooth as well, so is the transmission. It's a 6-speed transmission. It comes with a lot of features that we will talk about. Features may not be up to the mark as its competitors, but basic stuff Suzuki has covered, so they're not deal breakers either. But coming back to the motorcycle, the engine itself, it is very user friendly, and as mentioned again, you can use it for high-speed riding, you can use it for your highway riding, and you can also commute. Believe it or not, this 1000cc bike is capable for your daily commute. So there are a lot of positive takes from the Katana, no doubt about it there. But Suzuki could have also improved a couple of things, and the first thing that really stands out is the instrument cluster. Now it uses an LCD screen, and at this day and age, at this segment, everyone uses a TFT screen, so it does look a bit jaded. Even the font size looks a bit old. Now, in terms of the electronic suite, it is limited. It offers 5 levels of traction control. You can also switch it off. ABS is there, but you can't switch it off. Then it has 3 different riding modes, A, B, C. A being the most responsive. It's only about the initial throttle response. The top level performance remains the same in all the 3 riding modes. And then comes the tank. The tank only has 12 liters capacity. That is very less for a motorcycle of this power. That means depending of course on how you ride, the range should be somewhere between 130 to 150 kilometers. Again, that is quite less. But what we really have to highlight is the handlebar angle. Now, the steering angle of the handlebar is extremely limited. So if you want to take a U-turn, you either go for a wider turn or you go for the 3-point turn. So this is not really very helpful in our Indian traffic conditions, because there are just so many cars and bikes and people all over the roads. So you got to be a bit careful there. You got to anticipate and even calculate when you take that U-turn. Now the Katana's riding position is not extremely demanding, it is slightly sporty. As you can see, the foot pegs is pushed back slightly, but it's not like as if I'm leaning forward as such. The handlebar, they are not clip-ons like the original Katana, so they're a lot more rider friendly. You can actually use it for your commuting, as we had said it initially. But in terms of the ride and quality, well, the front suspension is slightly on the firm side while the rear is soft. So you got to pick and choose your terrains when you open up the throttle. If they're just minor ditches, it's all right. But if you come to potholes, we suggest you really slow down, because it'll crash into a pothole. And you got to keep in mind that the ground clearance is 140 mm, so you have the exhaust that goes beneath the body, so you got to be a bit careful there. Also, in terms of the seat height, it is 825 mm. For me, I can more or less put my feet firmly on the ground, so it's not a bit of a challenge. Again, it will be an aid for most of Indian riders. In terms of the saddle height, it is 825 mm, so it is not very tall, neither is it too low either, but you can manage to keep your feet firmly on the ground. The seat itself is slightly narrow, but you can do with it. Maybe on long rides it may feel slightly comfortable, but as a whole, this seat, the saddle is very comfortable. It is very supportive, especially for your lower back. So now let's talk about the handling department. Suzuki is well known for that, and the Katana is no different. But you got to keep in mind that this is an old school bike. So when you're entering a corner, the rider has to put in or give in a lot more inputs. You got to weigh in while you enter the corner. But once it's taking the mid corner, it just blasts past it. It is so stable. You got full control and exits the corner without any hesitance, and full of confidence you're in. Now that is the only thing that you got to keep in mind when you ride the Katana. It is extremely stable on high speeds, and also when it's on the move, you do not feel that 217 kgs of weight. So it is a friendly, or rather a very rider friendly motorcycle. Apart from its engine characteristics, Katana was worldwide famous for its unique design, and Suzuki has brought back the design, but of course have made it a lot more contemporary. And the retro thing about here is the rectangular all LED headlamps. They look really snazzy, to be honest. Along with, you see the DRLs right here, the angular DRLs, they look like Katana blade itself. Now you look at the slight little fairing here, it's like fairly sharp, like a shark fin. It also adds to that characteristics. Now you look at the semi-fairing right here across from the front. It goes all the way to the tank also. That gives it a very butch look, very muscular look. It also has a lot of character lines. So it looks very front heavy, but looks really good. When you move forward, when you hit the seat area and beyond, it slims down. And this is a beautiful contrast. It doesn't, go against each other, but complements each other. And that is the beauty of this design. It keeps it simple yet muscular, and it definitely has a road presence of its own. Now if you just look at straight here in front, it comes with twin or two 310 mm front disc brakes. You can see these golden upside down forks. They beautifully complement these dull bronze alloy wheels. The tires itself, they are 17-inch front and rear, and the rear also comes with a 240 mm of disc brakes. So the disc brakes are quite effective and do their job very well. Now we spoke about the front and we spoke about the side, but we haven't really spoken about the rear. Now the rear is extremely contemporary. There's absolutely no sign of that retro feel, and that is good because it has a very clean look. You see the number plate right there, it is pushed down a bit, so it has a very open, very clean, and it looks really modern. And the best part is it actually complements the heavy muscular look in front. Also a quick word on the seat. It starts off in a very narrow shape, but it widens up, and that ensures there is no compromise on comfort. And the same for the pillion as well. It is fairly wide, so again no compromise at all in the comfort levels. The new Katana is not the fastest in the segment, and Suzuki is not even focused on that. What they want is to bring out the characteristics of a retro Street Fighter, and they have got it spot on. They never wanted to bring out a half-baked deja vu product. Now priced at 13.60 lakhs, this is actually the most affordable inline 4 motorcycle in the market. And yes, the sequel is right up there and justifies the origin. But before we sign out, we have kept the best for the last for you. Let's listen to the exhaust note. So you can see it is all about the bass. So if you haven't subscribed our channel, please do so. Do let us know what you think of the brand new Katana, and do not forget to click on the thumbs up button.